With the 11th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select Yaxel Lendeborg.
By the Knicks, traded to LA. Yaxel Lendeborg. Lendeborg hits another three. 3 for 3 from downtown for the number 11 overall pick. He's got 9. Yaxel Lendeborg. He's 4 for 4.
The Golden State Warriors just won the 2026 NBA Summer League. Say that again, they won it. 5 wins, 1 loss. Their first Summer League title since 2013. They came back from 10 down in the fourth quarter against the Grizzlies team led by Cam Boozer. Final score, 94-90. The hero, Yaxel Lendeborg, pick number 11. He was named MVP of the championship game. 21 points, 10 boards. He scored 7 of Golden State's last 10 points. He already won a national title at Michigan. This is a team everyone counted out. They missed the playoffs last year. Their roster is old. Now they're in Vegas with a rookie who isn't scared of the big moment. So what does this mean? Are the Warriors building something scary? Or is this just a summer fluke? To get why this matters, you need to see where this team was months ago. Go back to April. The Warriors finished 37-45. That's 4 times in 12 years under Steve Kerr that they missed the playoffs. They barely got past the Clippers in the play-in game. Then Phoenix knocked them out. Season done. No second round, no buzz, no fear from anyone. It wasn't just the losses, it was the whole picture. Curry is 38. Butler just tore his ACL. Draymond is 36. Horford is 40. A team built to win now, and they couldn't even survive the play-in. Every preview of the West skipped right past them. Flip the channel, nobody cared. Then look at the money. Over $181 million tied up in just 9 players before free agency even started. Almost no draft picks left to trade. Butler's expiring deal, worth $56 million, was their only real trade piece. Most teams in this spot start rebuilding. They tell fans to wait. They talk about the timeline and building for later. That's not what Golden State did. Kerr came back and signed an extension. The message was simple. No rebuild, no farewell tour, no more 37-win seasons. Not while Curry is still a top 10 guard. Not while Butler is still under contract. Not while there's still a window to win, even a small one. But wanting to win and being able to win are different things. This offseason, the Warriors needed 2 things. Keep the core together, Draymond, Porzingis, Horford, all of it. And find something new, something nobody else was watching. A surprise, a twist, a reason for other coaches to worry. They got the first part done in free agency. The second part showed up on a stage in Las Vegas. Let's talk about Yaxel Lendeborg. He's a 6'9" forward. He started at Arizona Western, then became a top defender at UAB. He won Defensive Player of the Year in his conference twice. Then he moved to Michigan and won a national championship. As a senior, he averaged 15 points, almost 7 rebounds, and over a block and a steal a game. Then came draft night. Golden State picked him 11th, and people were split right away. Half the league loved the pick, a ready-made forward for a team that needs wins now. The other half rolled their eyes. Too old, doesn't fit one position, not enough ceiling, same old story. The Warriors reached again. That's what people said about Draymond back in 2012. That's what they've said about almost every player Kerr has turned into a starter. Then Vegas happened. Quick note, if you like this video, subscribe to Hoop County. We cover the biggest basketball stories every week. Back to the video. The Warriors went 5-1 in the tournament. Smith was scoring, Cryer was hot from 3, but every time you watch the tape, Lendeborg stood out. 13.5 points a night, over 6 rebounds, running the offense, guarding 2s, 3s, and stretch 4s, hitting 3s well enough to keep defenders honest. Then came the championship game, down 10 in the fourth quarter. Down 10 against the number 3 pick Cam Boozer and a bigger, longer Grizzlies team. Lendeborg scored 7 of Golden State's final 10 points, 2 clutch buckets down the stretch. He finished with 21 points and 10 rebounds. He walked away with the MVP trophy. That's not a rookie just trying to survive. That's a rookie built for pressure. Now look closer at what he actually gives this team. He can pass, he can rebound, he can guard 2 or 3 different positions, he moves well without the ball, he sets screens like a veteran, he doesn't need the ball to make an impact, he doesn't need plays drawn up for him. He's exactly the piece Kerr has been searching for next to Curry for 4 years. Think about it. How many times have the Warriors missed that one guy? The forward who can switch, hit the corner 3, and keep the offense flowing. That player has been missing since Andre Iguodala left. Now picture this. If Lendeborg looks this good in July, guarding and passing and closing out games against other rookies? Imagine him playing next to Curry, who pulls 3 defenders every possession. But Lendeborg alone doesn't tell the whole story. He matters because of the team around him, and that team might be the deepest, toughest Warriors roster in years. So let's look at this roster for real. On paper, this might be the scariest Warriors team in 3 years. Start with Stephen Curry. He'll be 38 next season, and he's still shooting like nobody else. He's still the center of every play, every defense, every game plan. 2 MVPs, 4 championships, still a top 10 guard even during a losing season. That's your foundation. Now add Jimmy Butler. He's owed $56.8 million, and his deal expires after this year. He'll need real time to heal and may miss the start of the season, but healthy, he's still an elite 2-way wing. A guy who always rises in the playoffs, the second star this team hasn't had since Prime Clay. Then there's Draymond Green. He turned down his player option and is expected to sign long-term. Even at 36, he's still the defensive brain of the team. Still switches onto anyone, still makes the offense click when Curry needs a rest. Now look at the front court. Kristaps Porzingis signed back for 2 years and $40 million. When healthy, he's a nightmare matchup. He shoots threes, protects the rim, and turns every Curry pick and roll into a problem. The only question is if he stays on the floor, but when he does, the ceiling is huge. Al Horford re-signed for 2 years, around $14 million. He's a steady vet, the pick-and-pop big who's been playing in June since Draymond was still in college, the quiet leader who makes every lineup better. And behind them, a young group finally getting real playing time. Brandon Podziemski heading into year 4, ready to be a real playmaker. Moses Moody entering his prime as a 3-point and defense wing. Guy Santos, Will Richard, guys who got real minutes last year and keep getting better in Kerr's system. Now stop and picture the closing lineup. Curry, Butler, Podziemski, Draymond, and Porzingis are Horford, with Lendeborg as the 9th man who can guard 3 spots, hit an open 3, and hold his own in a playoff series. That's 3 champions on the floor, 2 of the smartest defensive minds in the league, a career 40% three-point shooter running the show, and a 6'9" rookie who just won an MVP trophy in Vegas. This isn't a farewell tour. This is a team built to sneak up on a West that stopped paying attention. But every good story has a dark side, and for Golden State, that dark side is real. Let's talk about the big problem: age. Curry is 38, Draymond is 36, Horford is 40, Butler is 36 and just tore his ACL. Read that list again. That's not a rotation. That's a group of grandpas. And it's not only their age, it's their health history. Curry has battled small injuries for 3 years straight. Draymond's minutes have been limited for 2 years. Horford was only a spot starter last season, not a full-time player. And Butler? ACL injuries don't heal on a schedule. Just ask anyone who's had one. Then there's the rest of the roster's health. Porzingis played only 32 games last year. Read that again. That's the second lowest total of his whole career. He's the guy supposed to be that scary stretch 5 next to Curry. He's missed 90 games total over the last 2 seasons. If 2 of these 4 main guys get hurt for a long stretch, this team falls apart. Not slowly, fast. Then there's the money problem. Almost every dollar is already spent. They have almost no draft picks left to trade. Butler's expiring deal is their only real trade chip. If something goes wrong at the trade deadline, they have almost no way to fix it. They can't make a big trade. They can't just buy a solution. They basically have to hope they got it right in July. Then there's the Lendeborg question. Summer League is Summer League. MVPs there don't always turn into real players. Plenty of Summer League stars couldn't even make a roster by November. It's fair to wonder how much of this was just him being the best player on a floor full of G League guys. And zoom out to the whole West. Oklahoma City is still the top team. San Antonio has Wembanyama rising fast. Houston is stacked. Denver still has Jokic. Minnesota has Ant and now LaMelo too. The Lakers just built a real team around Luka. Nobody in the West is standing still. That's the real worry here. But here's what people keep missing. Lendeborg doesn't need to be a star. He just needs to be a connector. He doesn't need to make an all-rookie team. He just needs to be able to play real minutes in April in a real playoff game. And from what we saw in Vegas, he's already there.
Curry doesn't need to play all 82 games. He just needs to be healthy in May. And when Curry is healthy in May, no team wants to face him in a 7-game series. Just ask the 73-win Warriors. Ask the 2022 Celtics. Butler at 80% is still a top 25 player. Draymond in 60 games can still win Defensive Player of the Year. Porzingis in 55 games is still a matchup nightmare. They don't need perfect health. They just need average health. If they get that, they're the last team any contender in the West wants to face in April. For 2 years, the story on the Warriors was the same. Old, fading, getting ready to say goodbye. Now, look, a healthy Curry, a returning Butler, a Draymond who refuses to slow down, a Porzingis who actually fits, a Horford who can still start in May, a young core finally getting real reps, and a rookie who just walked out of Vegas holding a trophy. This isn't a team sneaking into the playing game. This is a team quietly turned itself back into a real threat. They're not coming back. They never left. Drop your take in the comments. Sleeper team of the West or last flicker before the end? Hit like, subscribe, and check the videos on screen for more.